Um, I'd like to say that my experience with DoD and VA have been positive in the regards of what they do, but I'd be lying. Uh, when I was pushed out of the Navy, I was pushed out with a personality disorder. I received general discharge. It's not as bad as it could have been, though. I know people who have had other than honorable discharges as the result of being victims of MST. And my experience is that the Department of Defense doesn't want to go there and fix these discharges. The only way that we're going to get ahead of this problem is by DoD showing that they have our backs in this. If you want to create positive change, you have to show that you didn't break the faith with the people that came before you. And that will go a long way when DoD gets there. As Ms. Alderson said, I'm a third-year law student. I graduate in January. A lot of my research, both in my graduate program and in law school, is focused around legal remedies and numbers regarding MST. And the sad part is there's not a lot out there, as was alluded to by Dr. Johnson. Even in VA, I find it difficult at the Minneapolis VA to receive service. There's not, the male groups are very hard to get into if they're offered at all, and a lot of times the MST coordinators are very disengaged. Secretary McDonald made a huge showing last year of giving his number out and telling veterans who needed services to call him. If you try calling that number, you get a voicemail and you get a call back from the client service response team. That's not the My VA that was promised to us. That's more system creeping in. That's another layer of bureaucracy, and it often doesn't change the decision, because what's happening down in Minneapolis or in Syracuse or Connecticut is often what goes, regardless of what directives may come down from national. And we need to change that. It needs to be a top-down driven process where the policy that's made at the top, the policies that Dr. McCutcheon has made reference to, are actually what's implemented on the street. And it's currently not. The Veterans Benefits Administration, the other side of VA, has implemented a system where both males and females have MST coordinators in the processing of claims. The Veterans Health Administration currently does not have that system, and it does a disservice in a lot of cases, especially in cases, and there's a survivor in this room whose perpetrator was a female. If that survivor wants to go to an MST coordinator, is he going to feel more comfortable with a male MST coordinator or a female MST coordinator? And we need to be looking at that as a potential change. The final thing I want to talk about in terms of myself is we need to figure out a way to start changing some of the stigmas associated with men. As Ms. Alderson mentioned, I'm a third-year law student. I applied to the bar here next month, and I'm going to have to show my discharge. I'm going to have to explain that discharge very carefully to the bar. I'm going to have to pray that they give me a favorable character and fitness. I'm then going to have to pray that my VA doctor gets behind and says I can do character and that I can pass my character and fitness. I'm going to hinge everything on a lot of what ifs because of a crime that was committed 16 years ago last month. If that seems wrong to anybody in this room, you're probably right. I shouldn't have to pray. I shouldn't have to hope. I should be able to count on DoD and VA being in my corner. And they're not. Thank you.
Mr. Hunter?